Average Dude has something to say about...
Everybody, welcome back. This is a response video to the Young Turks. Yeah, I know I've dealt with the Young Turks before. They make it way too easy to criticize them because, well, they're the Young Turks. Leave it at that. I've dealt with Hugo Schwyzer before. He's involved in this situation, this particular video too. Hugo Schwyzer is a feminist studies professor who basically got in serious trouble with the feminist movement because he was, well, quite frankly, preying upon the women at the college that he taught. Hugo, he came out, nothing that I'm saying is news. When I did the video, I was responding to an article where he was blaming men for being responsible when they are victimized by women. Way to go. And I explained, with my own background, you can't really be responsible for anything when you're a toddler. If you're a male and it's your mom or the women that are the full-grown adult women that are beating the crap out of you. He didn't seem to even take that into consideration, probably never even considered it. He did absolutely no research whatsoever before he wrote that article, and I ripped him a new one on that. And of course there were women, feminists that were, oh, you have problems, you shouldn't be saying that about Hugo. No, ladies, you really need to be more critical. This guy came out and admitted that he, well, quite frankly, had sex with a whole bunch of his female students. Nothing ethically questionable about that. A feminist studies male professor. And not only that, but he tried to commit suicide, and he almost killed a girl, a female with him, like an ex or a girlfriend that he was with at the time. This guy has been married several times, divorced obviously multiple times. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's had a chemical abuse background, and yet he's the kind of person that will blame all the guys. I don't hold him up in high regard, and yet he keeps popping up on the Young Turks, especially this talk show that they have called The Point that Anna tends to deal with. And I kind of wondered, are they aware of what Hugo's past is, especially Anna? Well, apparently they are. Links are down below. Anna did a video where she was responding to an article that Hugo wrote, quote, "The real reason you shouldn't your professor." Wow. Really appropriate article coming from him, considering that he had sex with a lot of his female students. And Anna even mentions, oh yeah, and he's had a lot of escapades in his time as a professor. Apparently Anna's fine with it. Anna is usually absolutely rock solid, dead set against male predators that take advantage of and prey upon women. And yet when it comes to Hugo Schwyzer, it reminded her of when she had a crush on her instructor, and well, that's nice to know, Anna, that Hugo gets a get out of jail free card simply because he's a professor. Oh my lord. It doesn't say anything specific, across the board about all women, but boy, Anna, does it ever say something about you. Wow. But what I'm going to do a response video on here is, on The Point, Anna had a group of people, one of them being Hugo, the other was Desi Doyen, and also Dave Rubin. So Anna, the female host from the Young Turks, Desi Doyen, she got the Green News Report, she's female, Hugo Schwyzer, who is a gender studies professor, and Dave Rubin for the Rubin Report, and he's a gay man. He's openly gay. He came out, I believe, in 2006, although I could be wrong about that. So what they were talking about was, does virginity matter anymore? Which is a topic that applies to every human being. Male, female, white, black, everything else, gay, straight, and everything. I mean everybody. But this entire video was almost all about women. How women are victimized from the point of view of females. Way to go, Anna. And Anna pretty much made sure that it remained about women. She's the host. Anna, do you know how to moderate worth a shit? Okay? You are supposed to let them do the talking. Anna kept corralling it. I mean, 10 minutes and 30 seconds into the video, they have been talking about the female point of view seriously up to that point. Desi enforces what Anna says. Big surprise. Two females talking about how women are disadvantaged when it comes to the whole issue of sex in the world. Okay. Neither one of them wanted to listen to what Dave Rubin had to say. He would constantly be overturned. 10 minutes and 30 seconds into this, Desi made it a point to say women can't win the catch-22 situation regarding sex in our society. Yeah, women. Apparently males, no problem whatsoever. Males have no problem at all. This was supposed to be a topic that dealt with everybody. If they wanted this to be about females, then the title of the video should have been, Does Female Virginity Matter Anymore? But that's not the title of their video. It was, Does Virginity Matter Anymore? Ugh. And this is where I am probably going to stun a bunch of my viewers rigid with what I'm going to say next. Because, needless to say, I don't respect Hugo Schwyzer at all. He's a piece of crap. And he's been whining and complaining about, when is it ever going to be enough? When are people going to just forgive and forget? Well, when it came to all the crap that he's pulled in life. And Hugo, that's what's called consequences. I'm not feeling your sob story. You pay the price for the things that you do. People do not have to forgive you for the crap that you've done. And yet, Hugo was the only one that had anything worthwhile to say in this entire video. Okay? 11 minutes and 30 seconds. And up to this point, I really was not thrilled. And then, all of a sudden, I hear something that immediately caught my attention. And it's coming from Hugo. The best comment in the entire video. And it was about compartmentalization. He was talking about how we act a certain way in front of certain people. We act a certain way in front of our parents. We act a certain way in religious situations, like in our church. We act proper for that. We act a certain way in front of our friends. We act a certain way in front of our instructors and teachers. And we act a certain way when we're at work, that kind of thing. It's something that applies to everyone, and it's even so general that it's not even sex. It's just sociology in general, and it was really profound. I really had to hand it to him, and I was thinking the whole time, Hugo, don't screw it up by saying that we have to focus on the women. We have to focus on the women, because he's a feminist, and he did. And see, this is why we need to pay attention, because of what women deal with. Come on, you don't do this. And then, of course, when Hugo did this at the 12-minute mark, Anna immediately brought it right back to being all about women. Of course, Anna. No kidding. And this is why you don't do this. Because Dave Rubin, at 13 minutes, could not, he had to say something. Remember, he's a gay man, and he came out in 13 minutes. It's also the choice for the man, and let's throw the gay card into it. Let's not forget the gay men. Let's not forget their situation. And then Desi immediately turned it around to being back about females. Because that's all that this video was. Everybody being only concerned about their backyard, their situation, what goes on with their particular group. You don't do this. Because if there was a lesbian in that panel, the lesbian, I'm sure, would have said, oh, but let's not forget lesbians and what they go through. And if someone was transgender, oh, let's not forget what transgender people go through. And then I'm sure that if you had someone who was disabled, oh, let's not forget what disabled people go through. And just, black people, let's not forget what black people go through. And Hispanic people. And I mean, dare I say, Native Americans. Hey, when you pick a group and you put the favoritism on that group, all the other groups feel left out. And this is why you don't do that. Anna made it out to be about women. And Desi, of course, went along with that because Desi's a woman. Dave Rubin wanted us to remember that gay men go through certain... And this is why this video failed. Hugo Schwyzer, out of all people, had something that applied. He had something to say that applied to everybody. But then he made the mistake of making it out to be about the femme. It's time to take the femme out of feminism. I'm not a fan of the whole men's rights activist thing for the same reason. It's really time that we focus on people's issues, right? Things that are done to everybody, bad things that happen to people in general. We're not ready for equality. And this stupid video, Does Virginity Matter Anymore, from the Young Turks, proves it.